Just like Elements of Harmony, Return of Harmony starts off really strong. We begin with a quick comedy bit with the Cutie Mark Crusaders to rope in the first-time viewers. This is the beginning of the second season, after all. And then are given a quick teaser of whom is presumably our villain for this arc. The narrative then wisely takes a moment to reintroduce and subtly re-exposit our main cast. This is the first episode of a new season, so not only are new viewers brought up to speed as to who these characters are, why they should care about them, and how they interact with each other, but veterans get a quick recap of where our protagonists are after the hiatus, and are shown that they are still in good terms with each other and are doing well. They are then given a small conflict to resolve to further solidify their relationship in the eyes of the viewers, as well as foreshadowing a future plot point. This action then leads to the introduction of our villain. Speaking of villain, let's talk about Discord for a second. Discord himself is probably the single best aspect of this arc. Just like in his appearances as Q in Star Trek The Next Generation, John Delancey totally steals the show here, providing an incredible performance that is a complete pleasure to behold.
Every pony has to play, or the game is over, and I win. Good luck, every pony!
Not only that, but Discord as a character just works exponentially better than Nightmare Moon, especially considering the confined space that FIM has to work within. Discord is a villain of simple motivation. He's the embodiment of chaos, the opposite of harmony, which our main characters all stand for and uphold. This is great because we don't have to go into the backstory of who Discord is and why he opposes our protagonists, like we should have but didn't have the time to get to with Nightmare Moon.
Don't you know who I am?
We understand Discord's motivations instantly. He's just an opposing force. Despite this though, the writers actually do exposit his history with Celestia and Luna briefly, allowing us to understand Celestia's agitation towards him and making for some awesome banter. It's kind of ironic that Discord, the villain with simple motivations who needed no backstory, gets a bit, while Nightmare Moon, the more complex antagonist, whose entire existence and motivation was based on her history with her sister, was rather glossed over. Anyways, getting back to Discord, I just love how he utterly dominates our protagonist this entire arc. This is a villain that's the shit and knows it. He has our entire cast wrapped around his finger and knows just which buttons to push to get them to do exactly what he wants. Discord literally doesn't lift a finger the entire arc. He doesn't make up ridiculous challenges or throws an army at the main six. He whispers sweet nothings into their ear, then just sits back and waits. By the end of the arc, he's nigh untouchable, having manipulated the main six into betraying each other, breaking Twilight's spirit completely. She had completely given up all hope of defeating Discord and was ready to throw in the towel, despite finally reclaiming the elements of harmony back where she began, her library home in Ponyville. Wait a minute.
To retrieve your missing elements, just make sense of this change of events. Twists and turns are my master plan. Then find the elements back where you began.
Can we go home now?
Did she know the answer all along? Anyways, for some reason Twilight then decides to try and get her discorded friends, minus Rainbow Dash, to use the elements in a pathetic attempt to beat Discord. I love how he's just sitting there thinking, yeah, I can't believe you're even attempting to do this. And that was my thought as well. Once again, Twilight seems to throw her intellect out the window for no apparent reason and miss something obvious. That the elements of harmony will obviously backfire when their friends aren't in a stable state of mind, and certainly not showcasing their elemental attributes. And that's ignoring the more obvious missing Rainbow Dash. Did you really not put this together, Twi? So this attempt obviously fails, and Discord goes on his way, seemingly victorious. The rest of Twilight's confidence is broken, and she decides to just pack up and leave Ponyville, as her friends, the one thing that made her stay there in the first place, are seemingly lost to her. But then the day is saved by letters? Uh-oh. So, here's where things start to get a little confusing for me. We have Celestia sending letters to Twilight from Canterlot. The logic here is that if Twilight remembers all the lessons she's learned about friendship over the last season, she'll be re-energized and once again motivated to save her friends and defeat Discord. That's all well and good, but I can't help but question the actions of Celestia. She obviously knows her student is in danger, and considering the kind of help she's providing, knows the specifics of exactly what's going on. So, one must wonder, why isn't she fighting Discord? Seriously, she might have the elements of harmony, but Celestia, and Luna for that matter, are still the most powerful beings we know of in Equestria, and they're both content to just sit on their plots and let this guy just waltz in here and wreck train? What gives? Last episode, Celestia was ready to throw down on the spot when Discord cut in on her expositing. Now she's just content to stay in Canterlot Castle and play therapist? I can't see Luna or Celestia realistically doing nothing when their entire kingdom is at risk of being disheveled by the most powerful opponent they've ever faced. So Twilight's own words re-inspire her and she becomes undiscorded. She then races to find her friends and cures them of their own saturation problems with an as-of-yet unseen spell. A random, unexplained magic that restores personalities? Yeah! Deus Ex Machina! Though, I suppose that she may just be using her magic to speed up the process of having to get the other ponies to remember the events portrayed in the letters? I don't know. It's plausible, but kind of weak. We needed a way to have the other characters get their memories back, though, and this was the easiest and quickest way. Regardless, everyone is back now in Technicolor with the exception of Rainbow Dash, who's nowhere to be found. They find Rainbow Dash, and after an entertaining chase scene, capture her and use the Deus Ex Memoria spell to bring her back to normal. With the cast reassembled, it's time to take on Discord for real.
Chaos is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Awesome!
Not as wonderful as friendship.
Not as awesome. And here's my biggest problem with this arc. Discord is suddenly an idiot. He completely ignores, or just outright misses, the fact that the main six are no longer affected by his personality reversal spell. He just continues to gloat at Twilight, ignoring the fact that her friends aren't shitting on her like they were previously. I mean, they aren't even desaturated anymore. Could it be any more obvious? Well, maybe it isn't something that the characters can see, but a visual cue for the audience.
I turned gray! Can you believe it?
Yeah, but Pinky breaks the fourth wall all the time.
Why does everybody look so gray?
Oh. Maybe Discord is colorblind? The problem here is that Discord has been built up for 2 episodes now to be a cunning, calculating, and intelligent villain. He's by far the most in-control villain the show has produced up to this point. Based on everything we've been shown about this character, he should have the competence and intellect to put up more of a fight than this when faced with this kind of challenge. But this is a little girl show, so a direct confrontation like that would probably never happen. Well, it's a good thing that our villain here doesn't do direct confrontation. Think about it. Discord never throws a punch, never brings the battle to blows, and it's not because this is a show that airs on the hub, it's because Discord as a character is beyond that sort of conflict. He doesn't muddy his hands with something as base as direct physical confrontation. He's better than that. The showdown should have been a battle of words, a battle fought not with sword but speech. Discord realizes that Twilight has recovered and has been able to rekindle her bond with her friends, and has pulled them together to make an effective stand against him. Desperately attempting to redivide them, Discord should have tried to play off the main six's weak points, attempting to whittle away at their still recovering bond, doing everything he could to try and put a dent in their friendship again, making solid points, but ultimately not being able to overcome their renewed spirit. Because, while the cast has been shown to have their differences, their small conflicts are ultimately menial in the face of their friendship, which is not only the point of this arc, but the show in its entirety.
We've learned that friendship isn't always easy, but there's no doubt it's worth fighting for.
Exactly. Oh, but we're again running into those blasted time constraints, with only about 5 minutes left to wrap everything up and give us an awesome Star Wars referencing send-off. Oh well, back to the garden with you then. Overall though, my complaints with Return of Harmony are much smaller than my problems with Mare and the Moon. Discord is a better villain, the pacing is much better through both episodes, and my points of contention are comparatively minor, all things considered. I loved the Discord arc on my first viewing, and watching it again with the critic glasses on, I can say it still holds up pretty well. While far from the best MLP episodes, it's this arc that reminds me that an adventure-based plot in this series can still be rather well done. While far from perfect, there wasn't any point where I cringed or legitimately had to question the plotline. It was rather enjoyable. Which is more than I can say about the arc I'll be taking a look at next.
But I see your true